Hi, welcome to my next video. This time it's something different, a part of a new project. If you follow me on my social networks, you know that I'm working on a new manga, a new comic, that will be published on the internet, but I'm still making it. And in this small series of videos I would like to show you all the phases. So the first step was to decide the story. I'm using my trusty Moleskine notebook, and this time I'm using one that has dots, like a checkered pattern with dots. So I'm using it to write the story and to decide the plot, decide the fine details of the story arc and everything. And then I'm using the same notebook to do a quick sketch of all the pages. So on the left pages I have a really rough sketch where I decide where everything goes, and on the right side I have more detailed thumbnails with all the content already decided and the dialogues written on the sides. I'm using my trusty Mitsubishi pencils this time also, but I added some things I will talk about later. Before doing the lines on the paper, on the watercolor paper, I sketched everything on the computer. I didn't want to put too many details, so I did it about A4 size. I then printed those more than 50 sketches on usual printer paper and used my tracing table to trace all the things with my pencils to the watercolor paper. I just glued the prints on the back side of the watercolor paper and used my tracing table. The first step I did was to do the frames of the comic with a COPIC multiliner. This time I used the 1.0mm one because it's nice and thick. Okay, so the next big step was to do the lines of all 53 pages, I think. And it took me some time because I'm doing it still after work, after my work hours, so I was doing it only when I had some time to spare. But I already finished all the pages, so now I'm just into coloring them with watercolors. And here I'm using the main Mitsubishi pencils, but I didn't use the ones that are too soft, so nothing above 4B, because if I do like really thick black lines with the soft pencils, they tend to bleed a little bit when I put watercolors on them, especially light colors like skin tones or something like sky. So for places that have really thick black lines, this time I'm using the Staedtler pencils that are more like a color pencil than regular pencils. You cannot really erase them, but they don't bleed so much and make watercolors gray when you paint over them. And I also used a lot my electric pencil eraser. It helps a lot, especially when erasing really small details or thick lines, especially on watercolor paper. They can be a little bit tricky to erase, and I recommend buying one for a project like this. Also, an electric pencil sharpener can be really useful. Okay, so the finished pages look like this, and in the next videos I will show you how I color and edit them. So stay tuned, feel free to comment and follow. See you in the next one. Bye!